Today's devotional reading is entitled Waiting. The scripture reading for today's devotional is taken from Isaiah 40, verse 31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. I finished speaking at a singles event recently when a woman came up to me and said, "I loved your message. I'm still waiting on the Lord, but I'm weary in the waiting." I knew what she meant. While waiting is hard, it's the unending, open-ended waiting that makes so many of us weary. We wait and have no idea if the waiting is ever going to end. Suddenly, every step we take feels like a ton of bricks. Every prayer feels unanswered. God's presence seems far away. You know the gig. You've been there before, or maybe you're weary in the waiting right now. We're not alone in our weariness. A few of the greats felt it too. Abraham was weary in the waiting until God finally answered. Moses was weary and spent 40 years in the wilderness. Saul got weary, and his impulsiveness cost him the kingdom. The list goes on. Weariness in the waiting is common, but not fatal if treated rightly. In 1 Samuel 30, verse 6, David got weary in the waiting, but he did the only thing that will help us thrive in our weariness. He strengthened himself in the Lord. He ran to God and hid in his presence until victory came. If you're weary in the waiting, won't you find your strength in the Lord today too? Won't you hide in his presence until victory is yours? As you make God's presence your hiding place, you'll find that he's all you need and more. The question for today's devotional is, as you consider your season of waiting, what are some practical ways you can turn to God in your weariness and find the strength you need to go on?